Hello students, this is Professor Somonshi from Computer Department. So first I would like to welcome you in South Sundarbai Manik Adasru Polytechnic, Chas, Ahmednagar. Today we are going to see the difference between procedure oriented programming and the object oriented programming. So let's start the session. Now students, if you go into any of the organization or any company and if you ask them what is the most important thing that they have, then they will definitely say the most important thing is data. Data is the most important thing in any of the organization or any of the company. So the first disadvantage of this procedure oriented programming was here the focus was not on the data. So the focus was on algorithm. So the first difference is in procedure oriented programming, the focus is on algorithm, and in object oriented programming, here the object oriented programming has overcome this drawback of procedure oriented programming, and in object oriented programming the focus is on data. So the most important part was the focus is on data. Now students, the second difference is here in procedure oriented programming, the large programs are divided into smaller functions, That means that suppose I have one large program, this is my larger program, and then in procedure oriented programming this large program is divided into smaller functions. Suppose this is function 1, function 2, function 3. So the large program is divided into functions. But in object oriented programming, the large program is divided in objects. So in object oriented programming, the name itself indicates that object oriented programming. So the focus is on data and large program is divided into objects. Here the large program is divided into functions, and OOP, the larger programs, is divided into different objects. So suppose this is my larger program, then this program is divided into object 1, object 2, object 3. So in this way this large program is divided into objects. So this is the second difference. Now the third difference is most of the function share global data. So here the main program was divided into functions, and all of these functions or most of these functions share the global data. That means that the data is global. So as the data is global, any of the function can access that data. That's why the data is not hidden. Students, please understand carefully. In any of the organization, most important thing is data. So we need to hide the data. But in procedure oriented programming, these functions share the global data. Means which type of data is used? Global type of data is used, and that's why the data is not hidden. So this is the drawback of POP. POP means procedure oriented programming. But in object oriented programming, data is hidden and cannot be accessible from external functions. That means that in object-oriented programming, we are going to hide the data. So the external function, some other functions which are outside the class cannot use the data. So in order to provide or in order to hide this data, we have used the mechanism such as private, protected access specifiers. So there is mechanism of some access specifier by the use of which we can hide the data. We cannot make the data global. So this is the third advantage of object-oriented programming over procedure-oriented programming. Now the fourth difference is it employs top-down approach. That means in procedure-oriented programming, which approach is used? Top-down approach is used, but in object-oriented programming, bottom-up approach is used. Bottom-up approach is used. So students, here top-down approach means what? So we have seen the program of C. In C program, first we declare the header files such as hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. After that, we write the main function. And from that main function, the program execution starts. So the approach used was top-down approach. But in object-oriented programming, suppose we take the example of C++. So first we declare the header files, then we create the class, and after writing the class, we use the main function. In main function, we will create the object of class and then we will call the functions. So we are using bottom-up approach. First we are going to start from the bottom and then we are going upwards. So that's why we call it as bottom-up approach. So in OOP means object-oriented programming, we are going to use, or normally the bottom-up approach is used. Now the next point is, the fifth one is, it does not model real world problems. And here in OOP or object oriented programming, it is used to model real world problems. So what is meant by real world problems? So students, if I want to develop a college management system, so in college management system, the most important factor is students. The data of student is important, but in procedure oriented programming, the focus is on algorithm and not on the data. So here the data is not hidden. That's why we cannot use this procedure oriented programming approach to model or to solve the real world problems. But instead of that, we are going to use this object oriented programming. Here everything is in terms of objects. So student is also an object, and at the same time here we are going to hide the data. We are going to hide the data, we are going to secure the data so we can easily develop the college management system. So to develop college management system is nothing but a real world problem. It is actually a problem, we want to develop it. So it's a problem and we have to solve. So for solving these types of problem, we cannot use procedure oriented programming. We can normally use the object oriented programming. Now the examples of procedure oriented programming. So the example of procedure oriented programming is nothing but C programming. So C programming we have already seen in the previous semester in programming in C subject. So C programming is nothing but the structured programming. It is a procedure oriented programming. So it is example of POP. Now the example of object oriented programming, the example is C++, Java, Simula. The next is Smalltalk. So these are the examples of this object oriented programming. But in this year or in this semester, we are going to see the object-oriented programming using C++. So here we are going to see the concepts of C++ in object-oriented programming. So this is the overall difference between POP and OOP. So we will revise it once again. What is the first difference? The first one is here the focus is on algorithm and here the focus is on data. The second difference is here the large program is divided into smaller functions and here the larger program is divided into objects. Then the third difference is most of the functions, many of the functions share global data. As the data is global, we cannot hide the data and the data is not hidden, but here the data is hidden. The data is not global, that's why the data is hidden and cannot be accessible from the external function. The functions which are outside the class cannot access that data. Then the fourth difference is here it uses the top-down approach and in object-oriented programming bottom-up approach is used. Then the next difference is it does not model real-world problem very well. POP does not model or does not solve the real-world problem properly. But object-oriented programming, it is used to model the real-world problem easily. And here the examples of POP are C language, examples of OOP are C++, Java, Simula, Smalltalk, IFL and so on. So in this way we have seen the difference between procedure-oriented programming and the object-oriented programming. So thank you so much. Thanks for watching.